it's raining outside. Oh, good. Welcome back to another podcast. So, this is basically a post view of the Champions League first match day, first set of matches here, and I'll be doing uh, uh, the PSG versus Manchester United match, the Dortmund versus Lazio, and who else? Let me check who was played. The Chelsea versus Sevilla match. Yeah, those are the most exciting matches. So first, let's start off with the Dortmund versus Lazio. Now, many people really watch the Italia, Serie A, the Serie A. I don't know why I said Italia. The Serie A, and to me, it was going to be a very interesting match. Even though I didn't see any of the goals, I was watching the Manchester United match, which we'll get to in a bit. But coming into that match, I expected Dortmund to lose, not being well. Lazio has very creative players, very constructive players, very dominating players, and Dortmund is really a team with. I think the age average at Dortmund is around 25, 24, around that, probably even lower. They didn't have any experience to play against a side like Lazio. Lazio has Immobile, uh, Korea, which is a very incredible player. A player I tend to use myself whenever I play a game. Alberto, Milinkovic Savage. These are very dominating players. Even the keeper, which I do not know how to pronounce his name, are very creative. And Dortmund lacked what they lacked dominance and presence. Yeah, Dortmund had a very good chance when Holland got the ball in to make got a crossing and Munir missed it. If I was a Dortmund for that, bit pissed because it was clear and it was unfortunate that he missed it. But Lazio basically dominated the game. It was really much because it was just one thing. Lazio control possession. It was not much for Dortmund. It wasn't really much to um talk about. So let's get to the second match, which would be Chelsea and Sevilla. I'm going to be completely honest. I expected Chelsea to lose. I'm going to be honest. I expected Chelsea to lose, and I didn't. I don't really watch. I watch Chelsea, but I don't really pay attention to Chelsea because I didn't watch the match where Edouard Mendy started. But I still believe Kepa is a good keeper, a decent keeper, but he's just not fitting in for Chelsea. He's just not working for Chelsea. But Edouard Mendy is solid. I have to give the man that. He's very solid. Um, I feel like he commanded the game. Couple of saves. I was thinking about it like those are the type of saves that keepers should be able to clean up. But looking at that, he doesn't leave the ball and say, all right, that player has it. He goes out, he collects the ball, he does things like that, and that is something Chelsea could use because I realized even Zuma passed back a bad ball. I thought Sevilla took a shot off of that and he had a decent save. But other than the fact that I feel Mendy kept Chelsea in the game, decent saves. Chelsea, reason why I expected Chelsea to lose because Sevilla is a very dominant team, very dominant. From the likes of Rakitic, De Jong, Suso, Ocampos, these players are very um, so that is something Chelsea will definitely need in coming if they decide if they make it out of the group stage. I think they're in a very decent group. Probably not one they can't come out of, but if Chelsea can if Mendy can command this defense and keep the level of confidence here, Chelsea um might be able to get themselves in a good position for the rest of the season. I still personally feel that Chelsea um does not have the tactic. Don't get me wrong, Chelsea has not great, but very good attacking players, and there's no formal tactics behind of it. And I'm going to be honest, as a German fan, I do not watch German international matches. I am terrified to watch them because the lack of constructive defenders, commanding defenders. Germany just does not have that. No, and a man like Rodiger and other German centre backs, it is terrifying to watch. That even Chelsea fans fear. I know that for a fact. Every Chelsea fan now fear players getting behind Zuma or Silva, whosoever plays on the given day. To me, the person with the most composure is Christensen. Rodrigo, not a smart defender. Zuma, not confident in his power. So it's either he's putting the ball short for and one to Mendy because he keeps the game composed. He's getting at the ball. He's going after the ball. He's doing cleanups. He's committing. That is what he has over Kepa. Kepa just go. Kepa to me. Kepa just still not. He's still just not confident. But other than that, Mendy commands the game. He's fresh. So um, listen, against top European teams, I don't think that I I said this. I used this. I still say it because I remember last Champions League last season. I was saying that um, Red Bull Red Bull Leipzig does not need Werner. Werner was only a finisher in the club. In a club with a club with dozens of creativity. Remember, Kimmich came from Leipzig. Leipzig has players that can do the job, and it is shown at Chelsea that even though he can score goals, let's not get that wrong. He's not that creative in the aspect of he doesn't bring the club. He didn't bring Leipzig, and he's not. And the English league is rough, so he does not get the time. I He does not get enough to dominate because even the shot they should have went 1-0 up and he missed that. I think he miskicked it or it went out, and I was like, come on, something like that you're supposed to. Even though I wanted Sevilla to win, I do not like to see strikers miss. It's very upsetting to me. And other than the fact that the game was 50-50, I Chelsea could have won. I think they had more chances than I think they had more chances than Sevilla. Yes, they had more chances. Yeah. I thought they would have lost. Congrats to them for not losing. And the manager needs to put a plan in place to seal creativity. Can go buy Ozil, guys, like Arsenal mistreat Ozil and I treat Ozil like basically none. When you can buy Chelsea could have buy Ozil, get that creativity. Trust me, well, I don't want to see him go Chelsea, but I want to see him go a European club where where him can just distribute. Uh, so to the last match, hui, last match. So to the Real Madrid, the Manchester versus PSG match. Honestly, let's be clear. Let's get this clear, very clear. The PSG versus Manchester United match, it was based off of who was luckier, and fortunately for Manchester United, they were a lot luckier than PSG. Mbappe playing on the wing, Neymar playing the false nine does not work for PSG. It really doesn't work because Mbappe, to me, Mbappe is a striker, approaching striker, finisher, advanced player, a person that runs. And having him on the wing doesn't work for him because this is how I see PSG set up. When they are defending, Mbappe comes in. He's basically playing alongside the midfielders. When he gets the ball, he does not run with the ball. He stops multiple times, and I think that is what is killing the rhythm of the game. Because in his position, I'm guessing he's probably play. I guess Neymar is. I don't know what Neymar is doing, but I feel if Neymar was in more in his position, Neymar could distribute the ball faster, move the ball faster. Because even at the box, Neymar, after they took the corner, Neymar was beside him and he was holding on to the ball for so long. Neymar advanced beyond him and he still didn't pass the ball. I think he's just not. I just don't. He slows down the game and not to help PSG but to terrify them because even the first goal. Let's talk about Manchester United's first goal. Credit to Martial. That man knows how to win a penalty. And it's very hard to tackle him. Realistically, it's very hard to tackle Martial. And the penalty, good save. Good save. But this goes back to my last video. I do not agree. I somewhat disagree with the penalty rule because I knew Fernandez. I just felt that he was going to miss the penalty, and then the idea of he taking the penalty, that the rule just doesn't make sense because fair. But I guess keepers are supposed to keep their foot on the line. Um, but congrats to that one for scoring the penalty. But apart from that, I didn't see him really do much. Wasn't doing enough. Bruno Fernandez wasn't doing enough. Couple missed passes, couple bad passes. Um, then Rashford, that man, brilliant. The speed, precision, part. Rashford, and I say people will talk bad about Pogba, but Pogba is even though Pogba is slow, well not really quick, but Pogba is that Pogba is that thing in Manchester United. He's the creator. He is the distributor. He is that man. So not having Pogba starting is crucial for is crucial for Manchester United, and it can be difficult for them to win if they don't have that 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 presence because Bruno Fernandes does not dictate any form of football game, any form. Probably should play tennis. Even the shot when Pogba gave him the ball, could have played it off back to Pogba. He decided, I just play the ball around. He decided to take that shot, get the ball wide. I'm not going to criticize any player. Not my job. I don't play football. I more watch it. So honestly, it was just based off of the luckier team. It was just luck because even with the man on the match, I do not understand how Bruno Fernandes got him. And big up, I forgot. I'm just skipping past players, not talking about the right back, Wan Bissaka. Man locked down anybody and everybody. Whether on the wing, man have mad slide tackling skill. And the centre back, the black youth, um, Axel, yeah, Axel. Decent man can defend centre backs like that Manchester United need. Um, a type of players like this Manchester United need strong players. But still, it was just up to the luckier team, because if Manchester United play a team like which European team, if they play Leipzig, fuck, they're going to struggle. It's Leipzig in the Leipzig is in their group. They're going to struggle because Leipzig is a very dangerous team. That team has no fear, and they really need to come up with a more stronger distribution, more presence. Because I feel like PSG dominated the game, but Manchester United were lucky enough to get the goals. Because PSG dominated possession. PSG dominated possession, the passing. It was just based off our luckier team, and congrats to Manchester United for being the luckier team. So, see you. I'm out.